Hey guys, what's up? What's popping? Jumalang the guy. Well. So let's talk about yesterday's episode of Gomora. What the mess? Like, seriously, what the mess? So, I think yesterday's episode was the most funniest hilarious episode so far of Gomorrah. Like it was just hilarious. I will tell you why, but there were also some serious scenes on last night's episode, which I'll also talk about. So the characters I'm going to be focusing on is Zodwa, Terry, Sibongile, Mazet, um, Ntokozo, Tiamo, and Thathi, and that mysterious guy. So let's start talking about the Teddy Zodwa, Simone Gladys. So just thinking about it, it's just hilarious. So, um, you know, the cops, well, one of the detectives they came to Zodwa's place to question her about the murder of Don. And I can tell you, that was the most hilarious, the most funniest scene so far. Like, when I tell you, I was literally rolling on the floor. I was in tears, just laughing at what was happening on that scene. It was just like I couldn't even breathe. Zona just played that character so well. It was just ridiculous how good she was on that scene. The funniest part of that scene was when she was saying, so the detective asked her, who killed Dawn, and she was like a deer in headlights. She literally didn't know she didn't know what to do or say. Like she was like, well, it I don't know. Like I don't know who to like. She was so nervous. The poor woman was just there. She was shaking like a leaf. And then the detective was like, I asked you who killed Dawn. And she's like, uh you see it happened very fast, like like the marriage, like what she did was just hilarious. It was like the most funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he was talking about who the mother of Smiley is, and then she's like, I birthed JD. I'm the mother and the father of this one, but the mother of this one passed out, meaning that she passed away. Like it was just hilarious. Okay, it was. I enjoyed last night's episode. I could not believe, like I was in stitches. I enjoyed every moment of those scenes. Now let's move on to the most real scenes, like Mazet. So Mazet is so like emotionally distraught. You know, it's like now it's hitting her hard that I'm now paralyzed. Like there's no way I'm getting out of this one. Like, yes, I'm the most independent, strong woman that is out here, but that independence has been stolen from her by Dawn. And it's really taking an emotional toll on her. Like, you can see how hard it is for her. It's hard for her to ask for help. It's hard for her to, actually let someone in and tell other people that, look, I am struggling over here. It's really hard for me, but I don't want to ask for help because most of my life I've never asked for help. I had to fend for myself, and the fact that she's no more in that state where she is able to fend for herself, it's really hard for her. She can't really process, like, she can't believe that this is what my life has come to. And I understand where she's coming from. But if it wasn't for Tiamo is the most supportive friend and understanding person that Mazet has right now. I think that's the only person that Mazet can confide in and ask for help because she has some kind of emotional connection with her to some like extent, to some level that is not yet revealed. But I think if it wasn't for Tiamo, Mazet would have been struggling because right now she is struggling. She doesn't want to ask for help, but at least she had one person in that house that she can ask for help, which is Tiamo. And I think that was a nice touch. I spoke about Ntokozo struggling in my previous live review. You know, Ntokozo is in love with Mazet. It's wonderful he's in love with her. He's snipping, like he's literally snipped. What's the word? Smitten. Yeah, that's it. Smitten with he really loves Mazet, and he can't concentrate. He can't focus at school because you know he's worried about her. I understand that, but boy, you need to live your life. You're in metric. You have to do your GCSEs. Year 12 is no joke. You need to focus. Yeah, you can be there for her, but you need to also think about your life and what you want to do in your future. So he's so consumed with worrying about Mazet, he can't even focus on himself, and I think it's gonna hinder him in the long run. But we'll see how that goes. And Mazet is also ignoring Ntokozo's phone calls on purpose. But Ntoko doesn't know that Mazet is currently struggling right now. But how would Ntokozo find out? And how would Ntokozo help her if Mazet is not asking for help for him? So Ntokozo is starting to assume the worst because he doesn't know what's going on with Mazet. So he thinks that all the plans, all the fantasy destination that they're gonna go, like on the beach, go on holiday. She doesn't want to go there. It was just fake. It was just trying to pretend like something's gonna go on between them, but it's not the case. She is going through a lot. The fact that she's ignoring you should tell you that there's something more than just her ignoring you or her hating you. There's something underneath that, and if we can't realize that, that means you're not in tune with her feelings. But I do understand why you could assume the worst because she's not, meeting you halfway, but she also needs her space to process what is going on with her, you see. But I hope at some point Ntokozo will find out about Mazet's situation and help her, process what is going on with her and, be there for her emotionally and physically. It's gonna take some time for Mazet to, go to heal. It's not something that you can get over with quickly. It's not. It's not. Truth is not. But I feel like she'll get out there and find better place, emotionally. She'll get through it. She will. She will get through it. Oh, she will. So who else am I missing? Thathi. So Thathi slept at that mysterious guy's house because she needed someone to talk to, comfort, whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I do not trust that guy. He's up to something and I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my soul, in my gut. I can feel it. He is up to something and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. Why did he arrive at that moment? Why? And who is he exactly? They say it's Butler's uncle or what, something like that. I do not believe that. He has some history, a background with Thathi, but how far does it go? There's something awful about this character. I don't know, because he kept, asking questions about Thathi from Bongani, and Bongani, he's a loose lipsy and he can just say whatever without thinking. But who is he? I'm intrigued. I actually want to know who the hell that guy is. Like, what does he serve? What's the storyline? It's just so nagging. It's like, okay, there's a new character that has arrived. Who is he and what is he about? And what kind of drama is he gonna bring to the table? Because people have just settled down from the aftermath of Dawn and Tati's war. They're trying to figure out the feed. It's just a mess. They're trying to figure out what's going on with their lives after the drama of Tati and Dawn. There's a preview of today's episode, which is coming up. There was a scene where it looks like Zodwa is going back to her old ways. She's gonna break her, so she's gonna be taking her anger and her frustration out on the booze. She's now going back to the old days where she drinks and she gets drunk. She bought a bottle of liquor from some store and she hid it from the kids, obviously. But she has been sober for so long. I just hope she does not take a sip of that alcohol. Once you take that sip, it's a gateway of other problems. You're ignoring your emotions, you're hiding your emotions behind an alcohol bottle, which is not gonna end well. You've been in a right straight line. Now you're gonna divert just because you're going through something that you don't want to talk to someone about. And the only way you can handle that is using alcohol as your gateway of releasing your frustrations and your emotion that you don't want to process. It's unfair on the kids. You're not thinking about the kids. If you're gonna drink that bottle of liquor, you're not thinking about your kids. You're thinking about you and you only. Okay. Before you take a sip of that bottle of liquor, please rethink. Do not make a rash decision out of frustration, anger, and regret. Talk to someone. Talk to Gladys if you have to. Do not drink that alcohol bottle. But anyway, now I want to say something about the production side of things. I cannot express how much I appreciate the production of this show. Okay, whoever does this production, the whole production team is amazing. I mentioned something about transitions, right, on generations. I feel like generations can learn something from Gomora in terms of production wise. Scene after scene, they have a way of making sure the storylines fit, the transitions from scene to scene flow. If they were in Alex and they're filming a scene where Teddy and Teddy's family live, and they want to fade out to Gladys area where it's more posh, more second class. They kind of have this drone shot of taking the the place of where they are, and then they jump. They don't just jump; they transition. They give us the feel. They show us the place of where these characters live before they take us to another place where the new characters live. You see, so for example, when there's a scene where it's Gladys and Melusi, it's like the suburbs of Gomora, like sort of like the suburbs of Gomora. So they film there, and then when they finish with that scene, it fades out, and they film a drone shot from the skies, and they show us kind of like an area of where they're going to. You see, they shoot the area of like the location of Alex or the hood side of Gomorrah, and then they take us to the scene to Teddy and Sibongile's, house or shack. That's it's like a gateway to what we're about to watch. They don't just jump to scene. They always give us a transition to make sure as viewers we can tell where we're going, which scenes are we going to watch after that. They just don't go jump to every scene. They give us a roadmap. They give us location to location. Step one, step two, step three. They don't just go step one, then step four. Like the transitions on these productions is so perfect. I feel like generations can learn something from them. The location transitions is perfection from where Teddy's family live, and then they transition to the location where Gladys and her family live. They don't just go like they were hold on, Gladys and Melusi's area where they live, which is more posh, more developed, and then they just jump to Zodwa's place where it's more rough, more like the gangster, more the hood. It's kind of like Alex of Generations, basically. They give us a feel first, and then they go to the scene. They don't just jump to the scene. They give us a gateway from that scene to that scene through location differences. They give us time to look at the location, and then we say, okay, this is now going to the more hood side of the area, and then after that we're going to the more developed side of the area. But they're using the location through the drone shots of the camera or the production side of things. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that the transition to scene on Gomorrah is pretty well, and it flows. You know what you're getting. You don't know, like what's coming next. Do you know what I mean? You just don't jump to scene, and you're like, oh, okay, we're here now. They lead us to that scene. They show us where we're going. We follow the story because it flows compared to generations. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.